My name is Misaki. I work from home and live with my parents. On this day, I was out with my boyfriend Daiki.
The movie was really interesting today, wasn't it? The person I initially suspected turned out to be completely unrelated. That was an unexpected twist.
It really was. I was on edge the whole time. Hey, it's still early. How about we grab something to eat before heading back?
Sounds good. Is there anything you're craving?
I might be in the mood for pizza.
Pizza, huh? Then it's settled. We'll have pizza for dinner tonight.
After dating Daiki for several years, our relationship is going well, and recently we've been discussing living together. We enjoy talking about where we should live and what furniture to buy. It's all been so much fun. One day. I'm so hungry. I finally wrapped up work, so I'm going to relax today.
Oh, Misaki, I was just about to call you. Dinner's ready.
Perfect timing. It smells great.
It's your favorite cabbage rolls. I got the cabbage on sale at the supermarket.
Your mother's great at finding bargains. Let's eat before it gets cold.
Sounds good. Let's dig in. The flavor is really soaked into both the cabbage and the meat. It's delicious.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it. Speaking of being happy, have you heard about Ryota?
Ryota? Oh, right, he had a date today. He's still not back yet?
Actually, Ryota is getting married to the person he's been seeing.
What, really? That's amazing. Congratulations to him. I knew he had a girlfriend, but I didn't realize he was thinking about marriage.
We heard the news from Ryota himself recently, and we congratulated him.
I received the news from my parents that my younger brother Ryota is getting married. I had heard he had a girlfriend, but I was surprised to find out that he was getting married before me. A few weeks later, Ryota came to our house with his fiancée Mikiko.
Welcome. Please, come on in.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hello, it's great to have you here. What a lovely young woman you are.
Isn't she? She's really wonderful. This is Mikiko. I proposed to her recently, and she accepted. We're planning to get married.
Nice to meet you all. I'm Mikiko, and I'm dating Ryota. I was so happy when he proposed to me the other day. I'm thrilled to become Ryota's wife. I look forward to getting to know you better.
Ryota can be a bit awkward at times, but he's a really good person.
Yes, he's solid at his core. I hope you'll find lasting happiness with Ryota.
Congratulations, Ryota. Mikiko, please take good care of him. Mikiko is such a sweet and lovely person, and she seemed to have a great personality. The two of them looked so happy together. Unfortunately, Ryota had to leave for an overseas assignment right after the wedding due to work. I was worried about what would happen next, but it seems Mikiko will stay in Japan. Although they looked so happy together, it was sad to see Mikiko left alone. One day.
Oh, Mikiko, what's the matter? Come on in.
I'm sorry for coming over without any notice.
Mikiko, you're already part of our family. Don't hesitate to drop by.
That's right. Don't be shy. What brings you here today?
Actually, I have a favor to ask. Would it be possible for me to live here with you? I feel so lonely on my own.
Well, I understand. It must be very lonely for a newlywed to have her husband overseas. That's really tough.
We have a spare room, so I think it should be okay. What do you think, Dad?
Yes, it must be lonely to spend time alone in a house without your husband. It would be heartbroken if your mother suddenly had to go abroad.
When Mikiko suddenly visited, she asked if she could live with us. Initially, both my parents and I were confused by the sudden request, but seeing how distressed Mikiko was, we decided to let her move in. However, one day when my parents went out shopping and it was just Mikiko and me. All right, work is wrapped up. I'll clean the house before Mom and Dad get back. Mikiko, if you need anything, just let me know.
Oh, you're so kind, sis-in-law. Are you really okay with me asking for anything?
Of course. You're like a sister to me now. I'll do whatever I can to help out while Ryota's away on his assignment.
In that case, sis-in-law, could you move out of this house?
Huh, move out? What do you mean?
Just what I said. Oh, you're so slow to catch on, sis-in-law. It's just uncomfortable living under the same roof as a sister-in-law.
Uncomfortable? I didn't think I was intruding on you that much.
That's not the point. Just being in the same house makes it unbearable.
Wait a minute. You're the one who wanted to move in here.
Well, I'm the type who can't live on my own. I get too lonely. I get sad when I'm alone.
The type who can't live alone. Then why didn't you go with Ryota?
No way. It's scary abroad. Plus, I can't speak English at all, and I don't want to be away from my friends. Ryota and I discussed it, and he said it was okay for me to stay in Japan.
I see. Well, don't you think you need to put up with it a little? Ryota is working hard alone abroad while leaving his newlywed wife in Japan.
But if you move out, it would also benefit mom and dad.
How would me moving out benefit mom and dad?
Isn't it embarrassing to be a NEET at your age, still leeching off your parents? You're at a good age, so it's about time you graduated from being a NEET. So, please take this opportunity to move out quickly.
Wait a minute, there seems to be a misunderstanding. I'm not a NEET.
You've been home all the time, so it's basically the same thing. Making excuses is just pathetic.
The moment it was just the two of us, Mikiko showed a different side of herself. She refused to listen to me and insisted that I, a NEET, should move out, which infuriated me. Since I was already considering moving out to live with Daiki, I discussed it with my parents and Daiki and decided to leave. A few months later, while out with Daiki, I happened to run into my cousin and chatted for a bit. I then heard that something serious had happened at my parents' house and decided to check on them. I'm home. Mom, are you here?
Excuse us. Whoa, what's this? It's quite a mess.
Yeah, there's trash lying around. I wonder what happened.
It looks like Mom and Dad aren't here. I wonder if Mikiko is also missing.
Not sure. The front door was locked, so they might be out. But Mom is usually so tidy. Why is the house in such disarray? She's the type who would never tolerate this.
Is that you, Misaki and Daiki? Oh, I see. What's going on? Why are you here so suddenly?
I was skeptical of my cousin's words, but when I returned to my parents' house and saw the state of it, I was shocked. The entrance was cluttered with shoes left out, and the living room was strewn with belongings. My mother, who is usually very tidy, never leaves things lying around or leaves trash unattended. While I was stunned by the mess inside the house, my parents returned from their outing. Although my mother welcomed us, it was clear something was amiss.
Oh, it's so messy again. I'm sorry. It's such a mess even though you came all the way here.
Oh, Misaki and Daiki, welcome. I apologize for the clutter.
We were out today, and I ran into my cousin. She told me the house was in trouble, so we came to check it out. What on earth is going on here?
Oh, I see. I'm sorry for worrying you. I talked to my sister a little while ago, so that might be where the news came from.
Rumors spread fast. I didn't expect them to reach you so quickly. Actually, Mikiko hasn't done anything around the house and has been doing whatever she pleases.
What? She said she wanted to live here. Are you saying she hasn't helped out at all?
Yes, she only helped on the first day.
I can't believe it. That's just unacceptable.
Yay, if you're going to live here, not helping out is not acceptable.
At first, I tried to observe, but it just got worse. I warned her, but she didn't take it seriously.
I also tried to hint at it, but it didn't have any effect.
She showed her true colors, and I'm about to lose my patience.
Mom is so tidy, so she's been overwhelmed trying to clean up after her.
That was fun. I'm back. Oh, my sister-in-law and, oh, is that your boyfriend? What is everyone doing here together?
As everyone was dismayed by the messy living room, Mikiko arrived home. Unlike the state of the house, Mikiko was perfectly styled from head to toe. This contrast seemed to anger my parents, who addressed Mikiko with a stern tone.
Mikiko, can't you do something about your living style? Even if I clean up, if you just make a mess again, it's unbearable.
Yes, you need to be aware of the burden you are placing on your mother. With the house in such a state, I can't even relax comfortably.
Oh, but I'm really trying to clean up. It's just that I'm not as skilled as you, so I can't do it as well.
Ugh, Mikiko, do you remember the promise you made when you asked to live here? You said you would take care of all the housework.
I remember. That's why I've been trying my best. But you're so strict and keep complaining. I've lost motivation.
Strict? That's an understatement. Washing dishes just with water, using a phone while vacuuming, such careless methods are not acceptable.
Yes, and while I appreciate that you washed and hung the laundry, you left it unfolded and didn't iron it, so it was all wrinkled.
That's awful. I'm doing my best on my own.
After being confronted with various sloppy episodes, Mikiko reacted with anger. However, she wasn't solely responsible for the housework. When Mikiko requested to take over all the chores, my mother had offered to help. Given how attentive my mother is, she wouldn't have left Mikiko to handle everything alone. I was shocked by my mother's next statement.
We're the ones who should be angry. Mikiko, you entered our room without permission and stole money, didn't you?
What? Breaking into someone's room and stealing money?
If that's true, it means you've committed theft.
That's terrible, mother-in-law. I would never do such a thing.
There was 50,000 yen in an envelope that I left in the bedroom. Dad hasn't touched it, and neither Misaki nor Ryota are here right now.
So it's clear who must have taken.
Why are you accusing me? It's just 50,000 yen. It's not a huge amount, so why make such a fuss?
50,000 yen is a lot of money. You wouldn't understand because you've never had to work for it.
Don't be so self-righteous, you need. I don't need a lecture from someone like you.
Misaki isn't neat. She actually earns more than I do.
Nice way to defend her. But having a lower income than your girlfriend is pretty pathetic. I can't believe you can admit that so openly.
Enough already. What are you doing at my family's house?
Ryota, what are you doing back in Japan? You said you wouldn't be back for a while.
As the argument in the living room continued, Ryota returned home. Mikiko, who had been making excuses to my parents and belittling Daiki, was stunned. Meanwhile, Ryota appeared visibly angry.
I came back because there's something I have to tell Mikiko. I want a divorce.
Huh, why are you saying that? Did I do something wrong? I don't want to divorce you, Ryota.
Did you do something wrong? Are you seriously asking me that? It's because Mikiko gave all the money I saved up to her lover and emptied our savings. Did you think I wouldn't notice? Don't underestimate me.
I didn't have an affair.
Do you still plan to deny it even after seeing these photos? There's plenty of evidence besides these photos.
Wait, these are forged. Ryota, you're being deceived.
These were taken by a private investigator I hired. I've verified everything. They're not forged, and I'm not being deceived.
A private investigator. You were doubting me, Ryota. That's awful.
I got a notice that the rent for our house was unpaid. When I checked the account from which it should have been withdrawn, all our savings were gone.
If you use the savings, it's going to run out, right? I'm not working. Besides, I promised to put in the rent money every month. The fact that it wasn't deducted means you didn't put in the rent money, doesn't it?
I put in both the monthly rent and enough for Mikiko's living expenses. But Mikiko used more than that, and that's why our savings are gone.
Using savings recklessly is terrifying. It's not an endless resource.
And if you're not working, you should be even more careful with your spending.
Also, when I checked the statement for the card I gave Mikiko, it was all for men's items. That's why I had it investigated. The result was completely damning.
But I was lonely. Ryota, you went abroad right after we got married. I was trying hard alone while my friends were happy with their boyfriends or husbands. I felt so lonely.
That doesn't make it okay to have an affair. I'm divorcing you, Mikiko, and I'll be demanding compensation for the affair. Of course, I'll be expecting all the money you spent to be returned too.
What's that supposed to mean? You said I could do as I pleased while you were abroad. So that was a lie. Fine, I'll just have my boyfriend pay for it.
The guy you're cheating with is a marriage scammer. He'll definitely disappear.
That's not true. He's a kind person who wouldn't leave me alone.
Mikiko doesn't understand. A man who truly loves someone doesn't ask for things. The fact that you're spending so much on your lover is proof of that.
Shut up. You don't know anything, so don't interfere.
Ryota's anger had reached its peak. With each new revelation, Mikiko's unpleasant nature became more apparent. Even after Ryota declared his intention to divorce, Mikiko's response was nothing but shouting and denial.
You've ruined everything. I was planning to get rid of my sister-in-law and live comfortably in your house with my in-laws.
What are you talking about? Misaki moved out to live with Daiki.
Actually, Mikiko told me to leave originally. I saw it as a chance to move in with Daiki, so it worked out for me.
I had no idea. What a terrible person. I can't believe you were living with someone who kicked out my daughter.
And the audacity to have an affair while being married to Ryota is unforgivable.
I can't forgive the fact that you were stealing money from us without us knowing. To betray us like this while living with us is just awful.
Exactly. Not only did you inconvenience my parents, but you also kicked my sister out of the house.
Even if you were lonely, this is way over the line. Disregarding family and using your husband's money to fill your loneliness with another man is wrong.
But I was lonely. Come on. Let me go abroad with you, and I'll make up for it.
It's too late now. Pack your things and get out.
No, I don't want to be alone. I can even pay for anything.
In the end, Ryota and Mikiko got divorced. As promised, Mikiko was required to pay alimony for the affair and to repay the misused savings. It seems Mikiko turned to her affair partner for help, but he was unreachable, likely a scam artist as the investigation revealed. Burdened with debt from the alimony and repayment, Mikiko was reluctantly forced to start working. However, with no skills or work experience, she struggled to find employment and ended up juggling multiple part-time jobs. The once fashionable Mikiko now had no time for her beloved shopping, working hard and sweating through long hours. Meanwhile,
I'm home. Misaki, I brought the ketchup you asked for.
Welcome back. I'm glad you remembered. I didn't notice we were out of ketchup. Thanks, Daiki.
No problem. So, what's the ketchup for?
Tonight's dinner is your favorite omelette rice.
Awesome. Is there potato salad too?
Of course. Now, hurry and take a bath. I'll have everything ready by the time you come out. As I watched Daiki's back while he headed to the bathroom, humming a tune, I made my way to the kitchen. Since then, living together with Daiki has continued. I had considered returning home, but I realized I wanted to stay with him. If possible, I wish for this happiness to last forever. For now, I hope that our blissful life together will continue as it is, while thinking about marriage in the future.
If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.